right, fans, are you ready for a great day of football this Labor Day weekend? We are here with you at the Cam Newton Labor Day Classic, a.k.a. C1N. We have just had the toss, which Ellenwood won, and I believe they deferred. So what that means is that the Big East gas station boys are going to take possession first. Now, I do not have a roster for the gas station boys, so I'll just be calling out their numbers. I just want to let you guys know that out there online now they're watching what we got. So we are ready for an exciting day of football here. Now, one of the things we want to let you fans know is that Cam Newton and his dad do a lot to put these together, giving back to the community. As they say, it's all about the babies. And we here at Moxie Media Productions are proud to be a part of this event. We are glad that they chose us. So we're going to do the best we can to not only make this memorable for you watching out there, but to have a little fun while we're at it, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. This is the 8U contest that is we're starting off with and getting out the gate with. So they're getting some things shook out on the field. Everybody's getting ready to go as we're underway. And I have just received the gas station boys' roster, so we're going to be good to go there. The gas station boys taking the field. So the officials are going over some things and making sure they understand, because, you know, at different age groups, different rules apply. Typically at the 8U level, you're not going to see things like a kickoff. You won't see things like a PAT. You'll see different time clock settings. You're going to see various other rule modifications to accommodate that particular age group. So these kids and these families have traveled quite a ways to participate in this tournament, and this is something that Cam Newton has put on for quite some time. As a matter of fact, my son has played in one of his tournaments back in 2018 when Clay Chalkville High School came out to Lakewood Stadium to take on Griffin, Georgia, coming away with a 35-20 victory. So the officials are getting the field set. Coaches are having the last-minute chats with their players. And we are here at Westlake High School, home of the Lions, where the action will take place today. Light breeze. Temperature is about 90 degrees, thereabouts. It's a little warm. And we got the on-the-field cam. Checking out the Ellenwood Gators as they huddle and get into prayer. So we'll be underway in just a few moments. And the Big East gas station boys take the field. And they've got some sharp uniforms. I like those black helmets with those copper face masks. Now, for some clarity, the Big East gas station boys are wearing the black and silver with the copper face masks. Ellenwood has the blue helmet and the orange bottoms, black jerseys with blue numbers on them. Gas station boys will have possession as Ellenwood deferred. Ball is going to be spotted at the 25-yard line to start the contest. Now officials encouraging them to kind of move it along. But at this age group, it's not so much about the play clock. They will learn that. That comes with time and education. So I tell you what, I think we got some technical difficulties to work out. We're going to go to commercial and we'll be right back.
We're at Golden Corral. We're feeding the children. Everybody got to eat, so they can leave me alone because I'm going to sleep.
Everybody, we did a thing.
All right, fans, we are back, and I have some clarification on the technical difficulties. Here at the stadium, they're trying to get the scoreboard going, and obviously that is important because you have the clocks and everything that run on it. So here at Westlake, it is not the production of our broadcast. We want to make sure we're clear about that. But we have some technical difficulties here in the stadium that has delayed the contest from getting underway. But we're glad you're hanging in there with us. These boys deserve your views. So, and it looks like the officials are going to keep the time on the field. So their officials are going to be keeping the time on the field to get the contest underway. And if somehow they do get it going, there may be a bit of a quandary between the scoreboard and the time on the field. And this is not unusual, fans. This happens. You know, it's like anything else. You know, grandma's stove breaks every now and then, and sometimes, you know, at the nicest of facilities, sometimes it just does what it does. So the hosts are doing everything they can to try to get it rocking and rolling. And both teams have taken a knee. So it looks like they're going to keep shaking some things out. We're going to go to a quick commercial, and we'll be right back. right, fans, we're still trying to get some things sorted out. I'm Freddie Flowers, a part of the Moxie Media broadcast team. We're proud to be a part of the C1N Cam Newton Labor Day Classic event. Having some local issues with the facility's scoreboard, and that has delayed things from getting underway. And, you know, it's not unusual. So, you know, this is not something that never happens as they try to get things underway. And it looks like the gas station boys are going to come back to the sideline. Wouldn't be surprised if they're a little bit thirsty after sitting out there on that turf. And, you know, while we're speaking of that, one of the things that you have to pay attention to when you're playing on a turf field versus grass is that the temperature differential is much greater. So it has a greater effect on the kids playing on it. It is quite warm down there. So say if your ambient temperature might be 90 degrees, and say on a grass field, your differential might be +5 or so. On turf, it's a little bit higher, and the impact, you know, becomes greater. And you can see the coaches out there hydrating the boys, because that is absolutely important to make sure that, you know, they're squared away. And that's always a great thing to see, because, you know, these coaches care about these kids, and it's all part of safety. So as part of that, they're making sure they're good. All right, and it looks like we're going to get underway. So the gas station boys get back on the field. The ball is at the 25-yard line. Gas station boys will be driving towards the south end of the stadium. And there's nothing happening on that play. No gain. Appeared to be a loose snap, if nothing else. So that'll bring up second down. Maybe got a couple inches out of it just because of the ball advancing. Gas station boys get set directly under center. And there's a handoff. Coming up out of the bottom of that pile, that looks like number 21, Randall Burnt Jr. So a gain of 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 6. Number 1 on the keeper, and he's going to be wrapped up by a number of Gator defenders. In on that stop for the Gators, number 10. And number 10 is Jason Ruth Jr. Running the ball is Kevon Barron. It brings up a 4th down. They elect to punt, so it's going to be walked off. Not going to see too many kids punting at the 8U age. So with the walk-off, the ball will be spotted at the 46-yard line in Gator territory. Gators making a big statement on defense to open the contest. And for you fans out there, you know, I know you guys might not be able to see that down in distance marker, but it is working. It's that sunlight that's got it dimmed a little bit, and there's some movement up front. And I'm thinking that that's going to be a false start, and that is exactly what the call is against the Gators. So that'll cost them 5 yards, and the ball will go to the 41-yard line. So it remains first down. This time they'll need 15 to move the sticks. So the Gators come out of the huddle. And there's the give to number 2. Number 2, the ball carrier, is going to be wrapped up quickly. Number 2, Samir Kidd, the ball carrier, is going to be wrapped up quickly, and the result of loss of yardage on the play will make it 2nd and 16 for the Gators. Both of these teams showing speed defensively. There's delayed handoff, and number 9, Kingston Davidson, answering the bell and putting in the work. And so far, there have been 2 huge defensive stops. And that's going to bring up 3rd down. And the Gators are going to take a timeout. And we'll be right back to the Cam Newton Labor Day Classic in just a moment. All right, Cam Newton walking on the field. He is to your right, fans. He's back there just behind the Gators. So it's 3rd down and long. So you got a 3rd and 19 for the Gators. And now we've got a timeout by the gas station boys. So if we could spin our camera on the field around real quick, you'll notice Cam Newton is down there. And there he is. Former Auburn Tiger and Carolina Panther. So the play is back. We're getting ready to get back in play. And there it is. Number 2, the ball carrier, has some room to his right, and he is going to ride the tightrope. He will have a first down before he gets run out of bounds around the 38-yard line. That is number 2, Samir Kidd for the Gators, and he gets them out of a nasty bit of trouble. But wait a minute. That ball is going backwards. There's a flag on the field. And got a block in the back. So that'll cost them. So it is a spot foul. That means the ball will go to the 31-yard line. So it remains third down. They pull it back. And so it's third and away as there's moving up front. And it looked like there was an offsides against the defense. So they're going to move it forward 5 yards. That puts the ball at the 36-yard line. Center comes up over the ball. Here comes the rest of the Gator offense. Gators wanting to repeat that, and there's moving up front. That's going to be an offsides against the gas station boys. So that's going to cost them another 5. And now, once you have penalties like that, you start changing the dynamics of the play. So now they'll need 15 yards to move the sticks. Ball is at the 41-yard line. Center getting over the ball and getting set. Here comes the rest of the Gators. Number 10 splits out wide to the left for the Gators. There's a handoff to the left. He cuts it back, countering in. Wow. I'm actually kind of surprised on that one. That is number 4, Juan Winfrey III. Number 10 in on the stop for the gas station boys, and that is Kenai Evelyn. And that'll bring up 4th down. And you got to know that they're going to punt and walk that one off, and that's what they're doing. So it looks like we got us a defensive Donnybrook to open the contest. Official checking the clock. Remember, time is being kept on the field because they could not get the in-stadium clock to go. So with that, the ball is spotted at the 34-yard line. So we're about a minute remaining in the first, if I understood it right. Have a flag on the field. That play is going to be blown dead. False start against the gas station boys. And right now, penalties just seem to be hamstringing these two teams along with solid defensive play. So with the false start, it'll be 1st and 15. The ball will go to the 29-yard line. And I had a chance to chat with the coaches of both teams. They're very much excited to be playing in the C1N Classic, or if you want to, the Cam Newton Labor Day Classic. Let's see who's carrying that ball. Makes a step. Number 1 carrying it, trying to get those extra yards, and he's going to be dragged out of bounds. So number 1, Kevon Barron, the ball carrier. And there is a flag on the field. That is coming back. So we'll see what the call is. They had a blindside block. So that'll bring them back. Number 22 was in on that last stop. Caleb Pullins dragging Kevon Barron down out of bounds. But the blindside block penalty will put the ball at the 23-yard line. So as a result, it'll be 1st and 22. So solid tackling by the Gator defense. They'll get that ball to the 27-yard line. So we're about 2nd and 17. Both teams playing solid defense, not really giving much of anything up. There's a handoff to number 4, and they're all in the backfield. Number 4, number 10 for the Gators. And number 4, Juan Winfrey, along with number 10, Shannon McKnight, bring down Jonathan Yates of the Gas Station Boys. So the Gas Station Boys are going to take a timeout. After a loss of yards, the ball is at the 19-yard line. We'll be right back.
They got Perrier water and donuts.
I like the water. True meaning of ghetto bougie.
You got Ellenwood.
We're at Golden Corral. We're feeding the children. Everybody got to eat, so they can leave me alone.
All right, we are back. Huge defensive stop by the Ellenwood Gators. Juan Winfrey, along with Shannon McKnight, take down number 4, Jonathan Yates. Loss of yardage on the play puts the ball at the 19. I hate to say it, but that's a 3rd and forever right there. So they put it in the air, and that pass is going to be caught. Number 15, Princeton Davis with the grab, but he's still not going to have enough for a first. Remember, that ball was all the way back to the 19. They'll get it to the 36. Now, we'll see what kind of confidence the coaches have, because he threw that thing up in the air, and it was brought right down by the receiver. So, nice effort on that play, and you got to love seeing things like that at this age group. And so they decide to go ahead and punt it. And that's going to end it for the first quarter, I believe. Okay. So we have 53 seconds left in the first quarter of play. Gas Station Boys elect to punt, and the way those defenses are playing, I don't blame them. So the Gators back on offense. There's a handoff. He has some blockers in front of him before he's brought down. And that's going to net a gain of about 4 yards. So it will be 2nd and 6 for the Gators. The ball is going to be spotted at the 43-yard line. Gators understand that, you know, all you have to do is get 4 yards at a time and you'll keep moving those sticks. So let's see what they do this time. Wishbone formation. And that play is about blown up by the Gas Station Boys. Number 23, the ball carrier. and that is Elliott Ryan. And so this looks like we finally got to the end of the first quarter, and the boys are going to get hydrated, and the coaches are going to talk to them, and we'll be right back.
We're at Golden Corral. We're feeding the children. Everybody got to eat, so they can leave me alone because I'm going to sleep.
Everybody, we did a thing.
All right, we're back. And there's a handoff. And there is number 2, I believe. And that is, and I want to correction, that is Romello Strozier. I want to make some clarifications for the fans out there. I have a roster with numbers on both sides, and so it was a little bit confusing, but they informed me which side is which. So pardon me with the error on the numbers earlier for the Gators. We are good to go now. So it is 4th and 1, and the Gators are going to go for it. So this can be huge. Number 2 goes into motion. So you got a strong right, and number 5 bowls his way for yardage, and he's going to get to the 46-yard line. And number 5 is Eric Key. Key getting the first down for the Gators, keeping that drive alive. They are into the gas station boys territory. So you got a single man in the backfield. One man goes to motion, strong left. He runs off tackle, still going. Number 5, once again, the ball carrier. They're giving it to Eric Key, and he is just powering his way for about 3 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 7. Number 30, part of that group that brought him down. That is Langston Knight for the gas station boys. That play nearly blowed up. Number 2 running to his right, and he is going to get inside the 30 to the 29-yard line before he is run out of bounds by Kevon Barron. Romello Strozier getting it done with a nice run off to his right, escaping a few tackles. It's a fresh set of downs for the Gators here at the Cam Newton Labor Day Classic. There's a flag on the field. That play is going to be blown dead. And we have an offsides against the gas station boys. So it'll be a 1st and 5 for the Gators. That ball is going to be placed at the 24-yard line. Gators putting together a pretty good drive thus far. Let's see if they can finish the work. There's that wishbone formation. They try to go off tackle to the left. Not a whole lot happening there. Number 9, Kingston Davidson with the stop. Carrying the load, number 4, and that is Rocco Strozier. got about a yard out of that, so it'll be 2nd and 4. That ball's at the 23-yard line. There's moving up front once again. Offsides against the gas station boys. So that's going to move the sticks and result in a first down for the Gators. And penalties really, really hurting the Big East gas station boys. So that ball is at the 18. And number 27, the ball carrier. He's going to be brought down by, I think that was Jonathan Yates. On that stop, they're inside the 15. A gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6. Ball is at the 14-yard line. Believe we're under 6 minutes remaining in the first half of play. The big give to number 5. Number 5 keeps his feet moving. And all the Eastside gas station boys have to bring him down. He's going to get probably to the 11 if I had a guess. Maybe the 10, and that's where they put it, the 10-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and 2 to get to the 8 to get a fresh set of downs. We're going to see if the gas station boys' defense can tighten up. Number 3 goes into motion for the Gators. There's a handoff to number 5. Number 5 gets inside, and he's going to be stopped right around the 6. And Eric Key continuing to pound the defense. The ball is at the 7-yard line. And the gas station boys they're just driving them up front. And the Gators just taking their time and chewing up the clock. Number 5 once again, and he's going to get dropped right at about the 5-yard line. So 2nd and goal to go for the Gators. And the gas station boys, they appear determined. They don't want to let them in the end zone. Thus far, it's been more of a defensive Donnybrook than anything. Center gets back over the ball. Wishbone formation. Which back's going to get it? The give to number 2. He takes off up the middle, and he's going to go down at the 3-yard line. Romello Strozier gets tripped up. And it's going to be 3rd and goal to go. And so if you get a hold, that brings them back 10 yards. And those are the kind of thing that can just take the wind out of your sails. You can smell the end zone, but before you know it, next thing you get that penalty, and it is a spot foul. So it is very, very costly as it puts the ball at the 13-yard line. And it looks like they got the clock going on the field, so it looks like we'll have that thing underway in just a second. And so the boys are going to get hydrated. They get the clock set. And they got it set at 2:27. remaining in the first half. Now, we had a big penalty. You know, the Gators were right there at, you know, about 3 yards from the end zone, but you end up with a hold, and once that happens, they're coming back 10 yards. So now that made that work just that much harder. And here's the thing. What would have been a relatively easy shot, a couple of shots, now becomes quite the challenge, as they have not been giving up a lot of smoke on the runs. And look, number 2 shakes his man before he is going to get wrapped up by number 1. Number 2, Romello Strozier, gets wrapped up by Kayvon Barron. The gas station boys not wanting to give up anything. It is 3rd and goal. The ball at the 8-yard line. And I can promise you, the Gators do not want to come away from this drive disappointed. They're still working on the clock. Fakes the handoff. Number 4 turns it inside, and he's going to be tripped up at the 5-yard line. Number 6, and that is Ricky Franklin Jr., tripping up the ball carrier. And that is Rocco Strozier. And so the Gators are going to take a timeout.
We're at Golden Corral. We're feeding the children. Everybody got to eat, so they can leave me alone. Because I'm going to sleep.
Everybody, we did a thing.
All right, we are back. The Gators beset with penalties after being within a hair's breadth of the end zone, find themselves in striking distance once again, but this time it's 4th down. They were inside the 5. Now they're at the 7. So let's see what happens. It's for all the marbles. They're going to the left. He has a key block made for him, and he breaks the pylon, and it is a touchdown for the Gators. Watch this here. Quarterback bootlegs to his left, picks up a key block, and scampers into the end zone. And that is number 3, Juan Winfrey III, getting it done for the Gators. And they get on the board first just before the end of the half. Still working on the clock on the field. So we're still trying to keep time with the officials. So we want to thank the fans for hanging in there with us. Number 5 bowls his way in there for the PAT. Eric Key, and that is a big boy, slices his way off tackle to his right, and they get the PAT. So the Gators strike first. We'll be right back, fans, here at the Cam Newton C1N Labor Day Classic. All right, for clarity for you fans out there, there are two ways to get PAT points. There, you can get a 1-point version and a 2-point version. Flag on the field. Illegal procedure against the gas station boys. That costs them 5 yards and puts the ball at the 20. But there are two versions of getting PATs. You have the usual one where the ball is spotted closer to the end zone. That gets them a point. You pull it back a little bit further, and you can get 2. So there's your difference right there. It's really about a yard or so between the two as far as the try goes. Number 1 is going to be wrapped up by a couple of Gator defenders. Kavon Barron having nowhere to go. Official checks his watch. So 1:10 remaining in the first half of play here at the C1N Labor Day Classic. Moxie Media Productions wants to thank you fans out there. Hit that like button and ring that bell. We want to thank Cam Newton for allowing us to be their media partner for this event. There's a handoff to number 11. He tries to find some room off to his left, and he bounces off a few tacklers before he's wrapped up in a sea of orange and blue. Number 11, the ball carrier. That is Levi Triplett of the gas station boys. So we're under a minute for sure in the first half. You've probably noticed they've been able to get the scoreboard energized, but they have not been able to get it to function. So time and everything is still being kept on the field. And the clock runs down. That is the end of the half at the C1N Classic, brought to you by Cam Newton. We thank you. We're going to take a break and go to halftime.
scared of letting go. Pull out, lad. I won.
They got period one and donut.
I like the water.
All right, fans, we're going to come back, and they've got a punt contest going on the field right now. We had to break away. You know, it's hot out there. We got to let our crews hydrate as well. We got to take care of our people. So we're going to go down to the field, and what they've been doing is I think if they get $5 or something, they can get in the punt contest, and then if they catch it, they get $100 or something like that. So it looks like a whole lot of fun out there. So our guy on the ground is going to check this out, and we're going to see how this works. And I think, and so they're trying to get it arranged. I mean, if all you're supposed to do is catch a punt for $100, I might run down there myself now. Granted, I'm 55 years old, but my wife can spend some money. So if she finds out this contest is going on, and she's certainly going to ask me one there. And there goes Cam Newton. So, oh, he got it. So we got one. He got it. So they're building up their money. It's kind of like, I don't want to say it's one of those money machines. They're certainly getting it. I don't know if he's caught it twice or caught it once, but he's definitely not doing bad right now. So they give up 5. If they catch it, they get 100. And that's a high, deep punt. Oh, and he does a belly flop on the turf. So he dived for it for sure. So Cam Newton's talking to him. I'm guaranteed there might be some trash talking going on down there. Yep, there it is. There's trash talking going on down there. All right. This ought to be interesting here because there's a high punt. And that little man right there, oh, he doesn't get it. You know what? I'd give him $100 just for trying. So there's our wide shot of the field. And Cam Newton gets the balls back to the punter. That may be it. Let's see. Cam going to talk to the punter. Cam Newton turns into some circles. Don't know what that's about. He picks up his hat. And Cam Newton back out there. And there's the horn signaling the end of halftime. And got some, looks like got a few phone transactions going there. So we're going to come off the field. Now, so the players are getting set for the second half. And remember, the Gators deferred. They won the toss and they deferred, so the Gators will get the ball back to start the second half of play. So my first half assessment is this. Defense, defense, defense. Both teams, it was like the irresistible force meeting the immovable object at first, but then the Gators put together a nice sustained drive and almost got bit by penalties themselves. They were very much deep in the territory inside the 5, and then they had a holding call that cost them 10 yards. So that's pretty much the summary of the first half. The players are getting ready to come out of the huddle, so we're going to go right back to the field as they get ready to play, and the officials have blown the whistle, and Looks like we've got the clock set at 8 minutes. And it's telling them to set it at 10 minutes. So they've got to get that fixed.
You said 10 minutes?
So, and that's the other story of this game, the clock. When it started, there are some difficulties in getting it going. The officials had to keep the time on the field. But, that's the old school traditional way. When football started, they didn't have all of these fancy toys to play with, if you will. So here we are. And we're getting back at it.
And off to the back. Oh, nice run. He puts his head down out there. Gang of shots.
So they run off tackle to their right. And they're going to get a gain of 6 yards out of that one. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Gators. So the Gators coming out of halftime, they appear energized. Number 10 goes in motion to his left. And there's a give to number 4. Number 4 slices right up the middle. He's going to be stopped by number 11, Levi Triplett. Number 4, Rocco Strozier with the carry, and he's going to move the sticks for the Gators. Ball is going to be spotted right at the 38-yard line. Gators going right back to the formula that bought them that first score, and it's working because they don't seem concerned about getting big chunks of yards, but they're going to get what they need to keep those chains moving. And you know what they say, 3 times 4 is 12, and that equals a first. Missed tackles everywhere before number 0 recovers and gets the tackle. And I believe that was Kane Starks. I think that's Bennett. Kane Starks Bennett recovers after missing the tackle to clean it up. Loss of yardage on the play, puts the ball at the 36-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 12 for the Gators. Number 4 goes into motion, so you know that strong left, and that's exactly what they do. Number 5 carrying it, and he's going to fight his way to the 40-yard line. So he's only going to gain a couple out of that, or about 4. Hold on. Let's see what the white hat says. So we got a flag on the play. We got holding against the Gators, and that is a spot foul, but we got a face mask. So what they're going to do is they're going to assess and then offset. So you see where that flag is right there in the middle of the Gator huddle. So with a spot foul, it gets walked off and then kind of bounced the other way. And that's why you see the official going back and forth. And the player's just walking with him. And ultimately, that ball's going to be at the 44-yard line. So now that we got all that settled, Moxie Media Productions wants to thank the C1N Cam Newton Labor Day Classic for partnering with us, and we're glad to bring this to you watching out there on the interwebs. So hit that like button, ring that bell. And you've also got to appreciate, well, let's see there. So they got, the white hat's explaining what's going on. So, all right, now that we've got the noodles strained, the ball is at the 38-yard line. Okay, there we go. We want to let Cam Newton that we appreciate what they do for the babies. And one more adjustment puts it at the 36. I thought I needed an abacus or a calculator for a second there. There's number 4, and he runs straight to the teeth of the defense. Number 30 with the stop, that's Langston Knight. Carrying the load is Rocco Strozier. He'll get to the 41-yard line. And we've got a timeout. Looks by the Gators. So we're going to take a quick break and be right back. All right, they're still in the timeout getting some things sorted out on the field. So you see the players coming out of the timeout huddle, running onto the field. And Moxie Media Productions is glad to bring you great shots like this right there at field level. We strive to be the best and try to do the unique things to bring you the best in our sports coverage. Here at the C1N Cam Newton Labor Day Classic is no different. So 3rd and 7. On the reverse. Had me fooled a little bit myself. Has one guy to beat. No, he doesn't. They're going to catch him eventually. Number 2, the ball carrier, is going to be brought down by number 6. There's a flag on the play. Romello Strozier, the ball carrier, is brought down by Levi Triplett. But there is a flag right at the 44-yard line. So you have an unsportsmanlike conduct. So I'm going to let that sit where it is. One of the things we tend not to do is call out the player number or name for these young guys, but it is a huge penalty nonetheless. And that's going to put it all the way to the 18-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Gators. They lead 8-0 with about 7 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Number 4 cuts it back inside. And, you know, 00 brings them down. That is Dylan Bradley. Rocco Strozier, the ball carrier. Now, one of the things you might be asking yourself is, why did he turn inside? At this age, they are learning the plays, and they are running exactly what they're taught. They're 8 years old. So, fans, you got to understand that. Now, as they get older, they will develop that vision, and they'll see that they had a lane or something different. Number 2 slices it back inside before he's met by a host of gas station boy defenders. Number 2, Romello Strozier carrying the ball. Number 22, Jameer Lofton, in on that stop for the gas station boys. Ball is at the 12-yard line. So it is 3rd and about 4. And we got movement. It's a false start, and that one cost them 5 yards. And that's a huge one because they had a manageable down. And now they need 9 yards versus 4 to get a first. The ball goes to the 17-yard line as a result of the penalty. And so the center gets his instructions and gets back over the ball. Here comes the rest of the Gators. QB3 gets them straightened out. Number 23 goes out wide to the left. The gives to number 4. Number 4 tries to bounce it outside, but he's going to be wrapped up immediately. Number 30 of the gas station boys, and that's Langston Knight, wraps up number 4, Rocco Strozier, and now it's 4th down. So the gas station boys facing some struggles. The ball is at the 15, have an opportunity to get a huge stop and a turnover on downs. So let's see what happens next on this particular play. Will the Gators not waste a series, or will the gas station boys? And the Gators are going to think about this and take a timeout. So we'll be right back to the C1N Cam Newton Labor Day Classic in just a moment.
They got period one and donuts.
I like the water. True meaning of ghetto booze.
All right. We do a haul right? Yeah, cool. Bro. 1 second. See?
Who you got? Me and Coach Lou.
Who you got?
Who you got? Me and Lou.
We're at Golden Corral. We're feeding the children. Everybody got to eat, so they can leave me alone.
All right, fans, we're back. They're still in the timeout. So some takeaways real quick from this particular drive is that, once again, the Gators have been able to get deep into the gas station boys' territory, but penalties, bringing them back. Now they're facing a huge 4th down. Are they going to make something out of it or turn the ball over on downs? We'll see.
No, trying to get another run. Got that man, no.
And nothing is going to happen on that one. The gas station boys hold serve, and the ball is going to be turned over on down. And so there you have it. And that brings some excitement to the gas station boys. 4:24 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And that's the kind of thing that can change momentum quickly. So let's see if the gas station boys can make good on it and come up with a score. So they're getting set. So this could be interesting. Single man in the backfield, give to number 11. Number 11 runs out to his left, and he's going to be wrapped up quickly. Textbook tackle by number 4, and that is Rocco Strozier. Number 11, Levi Triplett, the ball carrier. I mean, when I say textbook, I mean textbook. If there was a picture, you would see that in there. So the ball is going to be at the 18-yard line. Got to get the down and distance marker moved. There he goes. So it'll be 2nd and, we'll call that 7 for the gas station boys. One of the things that the Gators have shown that they are able to get to the edge quickly. That ball held high. He has to get a hold of it, and it slows him down. He'll get to the 20. The ball carrier, number 2, Case Parks. But there is a flag on the field. And that one came from the white hat himself, so we'll see what the call is. Oh, boy. And we're going to have a timeout on the field for the gas station boys. There's going to be a timeout. So that huge penalty, that is one of those half the distance to the goal kind of deals. And that can be dangerous because they have found themselves to be, give up some defense, give up to the defense. So let me put my eyeballs back on here, fans, so I can see you and maybe you can see me. There we go. The gas station boys had a great defensive stop and have an opportunity to make some hay out of it. But now you get a penalty to put you half the distance to the goal. And the Gators have been able to get some penetration into the backfield. So what is that going to mean on this next series? Could be interesting. There's a lot of football left to play, and this is 8U, so anything can happen. But consistency leans far more towards the Gators, and they're coming back out onto the field on defense. So let's see what happens on this drive. We've got our camera in position right there from the end zone. This will be interesting to see. Number 1 under center. There he goes, takes a snap, and he bootlegs out to his left. Tries to put on a move, and that is going to be whistled dead right at the 6-yard line. And I was just saying that they're going to find themselves getting in some trouble, and they did. So the ball is going to get spotted right around the 6. Gators not fooled by the bootleg to the left. Down and distance marker needs to catch up. So, okay, they spotted it at the 7. Nonetheless, it's 3rd and 17. Number 3 can't find room. Turns back to his left, and he's going to get swallowed up by the Gators at the 3. Number 3, Amir Scott, gets gobbled up. I was trying to make out that jersey, but I believe number 22 was roaming around back there, and that is Caleb Pullins along with number 5, and that is Eric Key. So, of course, they're going to punt. Wisdom is the greater part of valor. And so with that walk-off, that ball is going to go to the 30. And the Gators are going to have great field position after a fantastic defensive effort. So it's 1st and 10 at the 30. 3:09 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Gas station boys have not been able to find an answer offensively. Defensively, they've been solid, but their offense has not been able to get going. The Gators put together a drive only to come up empty in the second half. In the first half, they were able to put together a drive, and both of those drives, it should be noted, were beset with penalties. And that slowed it down both times, but one time is all it takes. If you can get the score, and they lead 7-0 here in the 3rd. So we'll see what the Gators do with this opportunity here. Coach running through his plays and hands them off to his players. Now, I do want to say one thing. In a lot of other leagues, you'll have a coach on the field, at least one, even with the 8U, but you do not see any here. So we're looking from our rear cam. Man goes into motion. There's a handoff. And he's going to go down after a gain. He's going to get about 3 yards out of that, maybe 4. And there was a flag on the field, so there was some holding, which puts the ball at the 40. So the penalties biting the Gators once again. There's a handoff to number 27. Number 27 running to his left. He has room. He is going to get probably about 11 yards or more. No, he's going to get the more end of it. He's going to get 13. He's going to get 13 of that 15. So it'll be 2nd and 2 with the ball spotted at the 22-yard line. Number 27. And I do not have his name on the roster. Nonetheless, that kid was swift. And he got a big chunk of those yards back. And that's how you recover from a penalty. Number 27 goes into motion, strong left. There's a give to number 5, and he just follows his blockers to a first down. He'll get to the 19. Ultimately tripped up by number 8 and number 9. Now there's Rashard Blackwell along with Kingston Davidson. Levi Triplett in on that stop as well for the gas station boys. So back to the wishbone formation, quarterback directly under center. There's a handoff, number 27 going out to his left, breaks a few tackles, and he's going to get to the 17. So gain of a couple out of that one. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Gators. Number 9, Kingston Davidson coming out of the bottom of that pile. Now, body language is everything. You got players standing there with their arms crossed. We're about a buck and some change remaining in the third quarter. There's a handoff. It's a little bit delayed. That play slow to develop, and that goes nowhere. He may have got to the 16. That's what it appears he's done. So it'll be 3rd and 7 for the Gators. Gators happy to work the clock, and they've done that effectively in this game. They send the center up to get over the ball. Here comes the rest of the team. Number 23 goes wide right, checks with the official. So right is your strong side. There's some confusion. Number 27 ultimately gets it. He's going to be dragged down. So he gets dragged down. That looked like number 9 that got him. And that is Kingston David. And the clock is going to wind down, and that's going to do it for the third quarter here in the first contest of the C1N Cam Newton Labor Day Classic. So we're getting ready to go into the final quarter. Both teams still a defensive struggle. the gas station boys haven't really been able to put anything together offensively. Now you've got the Gators driving once again. Let's see what happens. This could be interesting for the fourth quarter. We'll be right back.
We're at Golden Corral. We're feeding the children. Everybody got to eat, so they can leave me alone. Because I'm going to sleep.
Everybody, we did a thing.
All right. They're on the reverse. Number 2, getting it done once again. Romello Strozier on the reverse. And that's going to be a touchdown for the Gators. The Gators looking at 4th and about 4. Run the reverse. And pending the conversion, it is 13-0. So there's our field cam. Let's see if they get that conversion. And that is, PAT is no good. I thought that was a flag on the field, but that is a mouthpiece. So the Gators getting it done. So now what are we going to see here? This game is far from over. The reverse on 4th down, that kind of play can be a dagger in the heart of the opposing team. So we'll see how the coaches react and keep the boys motivated. As we take a look at how things are on the field, players getting their instructions from the coaches. The gas station boys trying to figure out what can they do offensively. They have not been able to get anything to work. Defensively, they have not been bad. But as the game goes on and as they get more and more tired, that opens up offensive opportunities. We have a flag on the field. That looked like a false start against it. Yep. The gas station boys with a false start. So that puts the ball back at the 20. And that's kind of the telltale sign here, is that the gas station boys have put themselves in a lot of trouble with, having to have these extended drives due to penalties. Now, granted that, the Gators have had their fair share, but they have been able to work their way through them. And we've got a timeout on the field, and we'll be right back.
We're at Golden Corral. We're feeding the children. Everybody got to eat, so they can leave me alone. Because I'm going to sleep.
Everybody, we did a thing.
All right, coming out of timeout, the Gators go ahead and get set on defense. The gas station boys trying to figure out what the answer is. The game is far from what I would call out of reach, but they have got to find some offensive success to make that happen. Defensively, they are proving more than capable of shutting down, if not just simply slowing down. And here comes number 1, and he's going to be snuffed out by several Gator defenders. Caven Barron trying to find something to his left. Not able to find anything. So the ball remains at the 20 at a 2nd and 15. The East Side, Big East gas station boys trying to get something together. This time they try their hand to the right, but a big whooping stick comes out. And I think that was number 4. 4 on 4. My goodness. Jonathan Yates, the ball carrier. Number 4, Rocco Strozier, brings the lumber, the hammer, the stones, whatever you want to call it, with a big stick. And that tells you right there that the Gators are feeling this as we're in the 4th quarter of play. So they're trying to run to the left, turns it back inside, and nothing's happening there. Number 12, Amari Ingram, along with number 10, Jason Ruth, basically just say, I don't think so. And it is 4th down and 12. And they're going to punt that one. Still plenty of time on the clock here in the 4th quarter. So right now the Gators are definitely feeling the energy. They know that, hey, this thing's about to be over. And not only are they amped up, they got the ball back for another offensive series. And that ball is going to be spotted at the around the 45-yard line. It is in the gas station boys' territory. A correction there. I see the ball now. Boy, I'm way off. 47-yard line. Nice open field tackle by Kane Starks Bennett. Ball carrier was number 5. That is Eric Key. And they're going to have to check him out. We'll be right back in a moment.
Oh, now scared of letting go.
All right, as you can see our field cam, coaches are trying to get the boys hydrated. At this point, given the way that the Gators have been playing and the gas station boys being down by 13, you know they're going to want an opportunity to get on the board. They don't want to walk off here being shut out for sure. So the ball is at the 46-yard line, and the Gators are going to go for it. Down and distance marker showing they need 16 to get the first. Double reverse, number 27. He's going to be bopped. Wow. Fantastic tackle by number 4. And that is Jonathan Yates. And he didn't just bring the whooping stick. He bought the whole loaf. And that ball is going to be turned over on downs. Now, the upshot with this right now is that the gas station boys are in excellent field position. They have an opportunity to make something out of this. The ball is spotted at the 42-yard line. So it'll be interesting what the coaches call here to try to expedite that ball down the field to get them as many opportunities as they can to score, if they can score. That Gator defense has not been kind to the gas station boy offense. So this will be interesting to see for sure. But I tell you what, you know, you got to feel good no matter what if you're the coaches going back for your regular season. And they're putting it in the air. I knew they were looking to go quick. And there are about 3 Gator jerseys around the receiver. So he was covered like a wet blanket. So that'll bring up second down. And I was just saying they're going to try to do something quickly to open it up and get on the board, because right now they know the clock is not their friend. The Gators, for what it's worth, every team likes a shutout. And I guarantee you their coaches have said, hey, let's try to hold that donut. And there's number 2 trying to find some room to his right on the reverse. And the Gators give him a yard, and that is all. So that'll bring up third down. And they're going to need about 8 yards to keep those sticks moving. But as I was saying, the coaches over there with the Gators, I don't know if they promised those boys Krispy Kremes, but I promise you, you get the donut. The coaches usually bring donuts. So there's motivation there, I'm sure. So the play comes in from the sideline for the gas station boys. And I got to be honest with you, they've done yeoman work defensively. They just have not been able to get it going offensively. Number 1 running backwards, and he's going to be met by a number of defenders. The first one to get him by his ankles is number 4. And, well, what do you know, Rocco Strozier bringing down Kayvon Barron. So now we're looking at a 4th and 11 with the ball going back to the 43-yard line. And we're about 3 minutes remaining in the contest. This right here will determine if the deal is going to be sealed or not. They have to convert to have any hopes. He puts it up in the air and just overthrows his man. Number 9, the intended receiver was wide open. Kingston Davidson had all the space in the world, and that pass is going to fall incomplete. My, oh my. We're under 3 minutes remaining in the game. The Gators now have the ball back. And this is probably going to be the slowest train you've ever rode as they try to wear that clock down and either score to lock it down or just wind down the clock. So there's the official's whistle to get things moving. Gators haven't come out to huddle yet. There they go. There's that pistol. And they go right there, giving it to the big back. And he's going to get a gain of 5 yards. And the Gators are more than content to let that clock just burn away like the proverbial candle. They're not concerned at all. They're not in a hurry. They have a 13-0 lead. About 2 minutes remaining in the contest. They run off tackle, and they just keep pounding it right up the middle. Number 5, theoretically bowling his way through. That is Eric Key. He was brought down ultimately by Ricky Franklin Jr. So it's a fresh set of downs. A minute and a half remaining in the contest. And the Gators continue to pound it up the middle. Like I said, they're not in a hurry. They're just chewing up clock, and that big number 5 is going bowling. So, once again, Eric Key just pounding it and pounding it and pounding it. And they're letting that clock work away. Center goes, and he gets set. They stay in that pistol. And they give it to number 5 again. And he's going to get near to 30 before he's brought down by a host of gas station boy defenders. And the clock is ticking away as we're under a minute. Ball is at the 31-yard line. Clock continuing to run. And they're just going to let this one run out, it looks like. And the Gators begin celebrating. And that's going to do it, folks. Your Ellenwood Gators Elite come away with the victory over the Big East gas station boys, 13-0. They're getting set for the handshake. Let's have a look at that. These boys have a regular season to play through. Great football here at the C1N Classic to open up this weekend. I tell you what, Cam Newton has got to be proud of this contest. Cam Newton has got to be proud of these boys. Both teams put in a fantastic effort. It was really about the defense overall. Penalties got both teams in trouble multiple times. However, the Gators were able to put together the sustained drives and get the breaks when they needed them. Think about this. 4th down. They run a reverse, and it results in a score. If Lady Luck's not on your side, then you are just merely in just sheer performance. So they come away with the victory. You know, a lot to look forward to at both teams this season as they play in their respective leagues and move on to their league, their division championships. I guarantee you Cam Newton's proud of the effort those boys put in today. Fans, we thank you for watching. There's more football to come as the Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes play the NP Blackhawks. 12U coming up right about 8 o'clock. So we want you to hang in there and get ready for that next game. Moxie Media, proud to be a partner with the C1N Labor Day Classic. Cam Newton, we thank you for having us as part of your team. Fans, hit that like button, ring that bell on Facebook and YouTube, and we'll see you on the next one.